Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and we're partnering with the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Let's start today with you, Robert, and the latest on efforts to remove Sheriff Alex Villanueva from office.
Yeah, a divided LA County Board of Supervisors voted earlier this week to explore legal options for removing the elected sheriff, Villanueva. It's the latest blow to the sheriff from a board that has clashed with him over transparency in shooting investigations, oversight, deputy misconduct, and the department's budget, among other things. Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas authored the motion, which calls out deputy violence and eroding community trust. The vote was 3-2. Supervisors Janice Hahn and Catherine Barger opposed the motion, arguing that it's up to the voters to recall the sheriff or vote him out. He has 2 years left in his term. Earlier today, the sheriff was actually on KPCC's Air Talk with Larry Mantle. He called the decision from the supervisors a power grab. He also addressed a planned inquest from the county coroner into the deputy killing of Andres Guardado. He referred to the inquest in that case as a circus stunt. In any case, we should know more about the county's options to remove the sheriff or possibly strip him of some of his responsibilities in early January.
David has been reporting on the failure of Proposition 15, which would have changed the way businesses in California are taxed. David, what's it mean more broadly for the future of changing property tax law in the state?
Well, this has been an effort at reform for decades, and it was a close race, but Prop 15 has gone down to defeat. It took a big swing at dismantling parts of Prop 13. That was the historic tax cutting measure passed by voters in 1978. Under Prop 13, businesses are generally taxed on what they originally paid for their property, even if they bought it decades ago. Now, Prop 15 would have raised billions of dollars for schools and local governments by instead taxing businesses on what their properties are actually worth today. It earned about 48% of the vote statewide. It did a little bit better here in LA County with 53% support. Reformers say that's still a pretty strong result given that we're in the middle of a pandemic and a recession when a lot of voters might have just been turned off by the idea of a tax hike. Business groups, though, say that this clearly shows voters want to preserve Prop 13 as is. So, now it might be up to state lawmakers to consider other ways of raising revenue that might include things like higher sales taxes or income taxes.
Disney released its earnings today. John, how bad was it?
Well, how about this? For the first time in 4 decades, Disney posted an annual loss, and it's all about the pandemic. Here's specifically what the pandemic has done to the media giant. A year ago, Disney made more than $10 billion. This past year, it lost $2.8 billion. In releasing its earnings to Wall Street on Thursday, Disney said the pandemic cost just its theme parks division nearly $7 billion. And profits from Disney's movies were down because movie theaters remained closed. If Disney is supposed to represent the happiest place on earth, there was one small reason to celebrate, and that's because its new streaming service, Disney Plus, has signed up 74 million subscribers in just its first year. Disney used to bank on thousands of people crowding together, theme parks, movie theaters, cruise ships, Broadway plays, but now it is embracing streaming. And it has a long way to catch Netflix, but it's off to a pretty good start.
And finally today, you might have received an emergency alert from the city about COVID this week. I got one on Tuesday night and was trying to make sense of it. Jacob, why did the city use their emergency system in this way?
Yeah, so they sent it out over the wireless emergency alert system, which is a federal platform that everyone's cell phone is automatically signed up for. So governments usually only use this for the most pressing cases. We're talking earthquakes, fast-moving wildfires, things they need people to know about right away because they don't want to overwhelm people and have people turn off the notifications. And so that's what makes this kind of confusing. I did ask our city's office why they sent this message via WIA, and they said it was because they wanted to remind people to socially distance and wear masks because COVID rates are rising, which, okay. The one thing that they did tack onto the message that might help get emergency alerts out a bit better is they told people to sign up for Notify LA, which is their emergency alert text message service that you have to actively sign up for. So didn't know that existed. Now you do, and you can go sign up for it and it'll be good in a disaster.
Everybody sign onto it. And thank you, Jacob, for the tip. And thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom. We will see you tomorrow.